So first things first, let's check this out real quick and let's go over what this problem is. And it starts with the casting. So we got to remember, casts were traditionally made for lube. So they got a lube groove, and your lube stays in that lube groove. There was no intent to have any thickness of material added above that lube groove. So if we take a few of these casts, and that's zeroed, and we run these. Now this is like, these MPs have a beveled body. So you see they got the bearing surface, and then after your drive band, they kind of bevel in, and then they blow back out at your ogive. That ogive is the problem. Let's take a look, measure a few of these. So these are cast right out of the mold, nothing done to them yet. And if we measure across these ogives, they are 235 grain hollow point mold. And with a 300 blackout, you got a bore diameter of 0.30, 30 caliber. So that is great. Let's check another. So if we go over that ogive, remember that bevels down, so the largest point is going to be our largest diameter across that ogive. So you see, if we go down, it's going to get smaller because we're in that bevel now. So if we look there, 301, 302, that shouldn't give us any problems. And then again, across this ogive, looks like our biggest is 301. So there we have it. If that gets traditionally lubed, we've got no problem. Then we'll feed and function just fine in our 300 blackout. Now, one coat, powder coat, same cast, same session. These have been powder coated with one layer. Now let's take a peek at these. Again, they got the bevel on them. So we come across this ogive. Now, our largest area, I mean, look at it, we're reading 305, 304 across that ogive. Now with a 30 caliber bore, now we're getting into some tightness, some issues with that, wanting to feed inside that. Especially if you have a tight chamber, tight bore. Let's do a couple more. 302, 304. So again, see how that's adding a few thousandths? A few thousandths right there is the difference between feeding reliably or having them hang up. Let's do another. And it's hit or miss, you know. Sometimes you get a thick coat, sometimes you get a thin coat. So it looked like we had a 304, 305 again. Some of these, I get some that are pretty wild. 308, 309. You see it go down into the twos, that's getting into that bevel. So that could cause an issue. So I'm gonna load these into dummy rounds, and I'll show you what a lot of people, the issue that they're running into trying to load these. Okay, so here's the dummy rounds. Three, Some pretty large ogives there. So I'm going to take these, load them up. Oh, real quick. Mag length for all you AR owners, 2.26, right? So we're at 2.22 across the board. Move that up. And we'll go to load them up. And what happens? We don't get fully chambered. Right? It starts hanging up. And we're getting hung up. And that's really, I don't even want to come back. That one went all right. So, I'll go grab them. And take a look at these. See if there's any visible markings. Bam. See them ogives all chewed up? Check them out. See what these ogives look like. See them are getting chewed up there? See that ring? Here's a good one you can see. Usually you can see a distinct rifling pattern on this ogive, but I did just do a 500 round shoot with these and clean that rifle, that pistol, so you're not really seeing the rifle marks on them ogives. Here we go. Should have used the chrome. Here you can see where we're digging into that rifling on our ogive, because we are larger than our bore diameter, and if you've got a tight bore diameter, you're gonna have problems. That's why we slug at our barrels. So that is the problem. It's not because they're too long. No. We're loading these to mag length. And this could happen with 300 Blackout, could happen with .6. I've seen some people having problems with 450 Bushmaster. It's usually the projectiles that have a sharp ogive to the me-plat. Because that ogive gets right into that bore. Unlike got a few other examples here. A couple 30 caliber projectiles. Unlike the ogives on your typical 30 cals, which has a long taper. So this projectile, you're not even gonna reach the lanes and grooves seated at mad length with this. Actually, with any of these, because that ogive's way back here. Is 125 grain full metal jacket. Here's a spear, 180 grain Spitzer. I mean, look at that ogive way back here. And there's a Barnes 110 grain Tactics. Again, that ogive's way back here, just about on your drive band, crimp groove. Compare that to this. And you can see what that issue is. It's not because it's hanging up on your feed ramps. It's not because it's seated too long. It's because these were never made for powder coat. They were never made for an additional thickness around that ogive. They were made for lube, hence the lube groove. So what do we got to do to solve that? Well, we need to size down our nose. We need to size this nose back down to bore size, which is 30 caliber, 0.30. And that will be next. All right. So, I will show you the demonstration with these. Here's our 4 dummy rounds that we just tried to cycle and had an issue with a couple of them. If you guys don't know, Sheridan Engineering makes case gauges. Very nice stainless case gauge, nice narrow. But what's special about these case gauges is these are slotted. These give you an excellent viewpoint of any round you may possibly run into feeding or cycling issues with. Now I'm going to demonstrate to you the problem with the ogive. Now these were size cases, them are the projectiles. These were sized. These are sized to 310, but have not nose sized these yet. Obviously they're dummy rounds. So you'll notice, okay, we'll drop number 1 in. Okay, we got a problem, don't we? Number 2, we've got a problem. Number 3, problem. Number 4, you guessed it, problem. Check this out. It's not the case. We got plenty of room around that case, right? Case is sized, like I had mentioned. These were cases ready to be loaded. I just grabbed to load up these dummy rounds for you. We got space around that case mouth. We're not hanging up there. Shoulder's good. We got no space there. Coming in here, we're good. You can see we've got plenty of room for our shoulder, plenty of room for our case neck, and then you can see that bevel right here on the projectile. What's tight? What's tight in this bore? See it? See what's causing us to hang up? That's right, your ogive. Let's look at the other side. See that? See all this space we have here? She wants to come in, but she can't because we're hanging up on our ogive. Guys, these case gauges are great. Let's try another one. Same thing. You can see we've got plenty of room around that case. It's not because of our case is not sized. Again, you see we've got plenty of space here, here, And then bam, we're tight right against that ogive. You see that? See that tightness, guys? That's the problem you're having right there. And there's a simple solution for this overlooked problem. One more for shits and giggles. See it? See it? She's tight. NOE bullet molds. A lot of you are familiar with NOE. And if you're not, check them out. NOE bullet molds. So, what do they have that is crucial to this process? Nose bushing. Push through size die body. So NOE, and this is my kit, my NOE sizing kit. NOE has a kit, push through size die body, and that kit comes with a modular size die body. It comes with 1, 2, 3 feed tubes for different calipers. It comes with a push rod, which is key to our nose sizing. Your bushings are ordered separately, and they have a wide variety. There's a 309, I got a 310, 311, $2.99. That is the gold. And you've got to order your different bushings that you'd like. And I can't remember if the push rod, I think you got to order the push rod separately. Yes, you do. Push rod gets ordered separate. So that's my kit. And I'll take you over to the sizing press and show you this process. See you in a sec. Okay. So this won't go long. I'll make this quick. But here's the die body. And I keep one dedicated for my body sizing, which for me is a 310. I don't know if you could see that or not. 310. 2 set screws. And I keep one die body dedicated for nose sizing, $2.99. So, there's your die bushing, 2 set screws, die body. Your size bushing, see the ridge on there, will come up, and that gets tightened down with this first set screw, and that locks that in. Now these get fed up from the bottom of your press. It's got a very aggressive knurl on there to spin that up like a mother. Finger tighten it down. Then we're going to grab the small diameter die body sleeve. Again, that's what our second set screws for. We're going to drop that in. And we're going to tighten this set screw down. I got my 30 cal push rod. That'll go into the shell holder. What I'll do is I'll size a few bodies, and so this don't go long. And then we'll switch over and I'll show you the process for nose sizing. little bit of unique. I just do rub my fingers real quick, size 10, 12 of them, and just a little dabble do ya. Little dabble do ya. Run a few up. Up. These NOE size and dies are amazing. And that's it. Pump these through. I like the body size first. That way I get that ogive size down, you know, as small as possible before I run it through that nose size. So there's a few, I don't know, a dozen or so. Alright, take this off. What I'll do is we're going to unscrew the body sleeve. We're going to save that because we're going to need that for the... no. This does not get used for the nose size, and you'll see why. It's because of that push rod of ours that we're going to use. This will get unscrewed. Dump that in there. We'll go stick this die body over. And then I'm going to grab my dedicated nose sizer. This same thing, same body, just a dedicated nose size. And this is 2.99 1/1000ths below bore diameter, caliber size. Again, this gets fed up through the bottom. Okay, push rod gets sent in. Dump these out. These have all been body size. Now, we substitute, when we nose size, we're going to substitute our die body sleeve with a push rod that, as you see on the bottom, has a set screw, and this set screw is for your top punch. It comes with your mold, and this feeds in right on the top, and that is the key to our nose size. So now get some of these that I just body sized at 310. So these should be 310, 310, 310. So now, same thing, little dab of the unique. Run that over the ogive. I'll show you real quick what we got here. So we're gonna have, about 302, 301. And now, I can't find my mallet, so I'm gonna use my adjustable. Now you don't want to run this up too far. And what's great about these MPs is that bevel on that projectile. You can feel it as soon as you get past that ogive, so you can't go too far. Once you feel that free up, that looseness, you know you're good, and then you can back it back out. So just like running your body size. Again, you don't want to put a lot of pressure on it. You just want to size that ogive. See the push rod come up? We got pressure, 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 boom. We got no pressure. Back up off your ram. Tap that out. I mean, this, boom, that's it right there. I usually have a box placed underneath me that catches these as they come out. Bam. There's a distinct feeling once you get past that ogive. You just do not want to go too far. It's very easy to tell where that ogive is on these MP rounds. Very efficient, very quick, very simple solution to a largely overlooked problem that has many human myths and scratching their heads. Run a couple more of these and show you what we got. $2.99. $2.99. Let's go grab our case gauge and see how well them do. All right, everybody. Already seen these and have them performed in the case gauge. Here are our size bullets that we just did.
They should have blown that crap up.
That we just nose sized to $2.99. Now, let's see how these drop and see if we can miss that hang up. Look at that. Very nice, huh? Simple solution. Now, we're not catching up on that ogive. That ogive is making it clear through that chamber. See that, guys? Check it out. I really hope this helps out a lot of you who've been scratching your head. And those who really honestly thought that it was something to do with being too long overall, and honestly thought seating them deeper was the solution. So there you have it, guys. NOE, size die bodies, push rods, and bushings. This will 100% fix your feeding and cycling hang-ups. Thanks for watching. If you haven't, and you like content like this, if you could, please like and subscribe. I try to put out informative content every now and again. Until the next. See you guys.